Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to get a good acoustic guitar sound. This is, again, it's a pre-recorded multi-track of a service here at Highlands. And this is an actual acoustic guitar being played in a service at Highlands. So we're going to start out by just zeroing everything out. So as you see on the console, there's no EQ, no compression or limiting, no expander or gates. There is one plugin on the channel. It's a Waves CLA 2A, and at the moment the peak reduction is turned all the way down. So audio is simply passing through this plugin as well. I currently have the acoustic guitar soloed up on the console. So let's go ahead and take a listen to it. This is 100% just raw, coming straight from the acoustic guitar. So as we listen to this a little bit, it's just a little brash. It doesn't have much clarity up top. It's a little thin. It's kind of mid-rangey sounding naturally. So let's go ahead and first things first, we're going to go ahead and gain it up, and we're going to make sure that it's landing somewhere between somewhere around 0 on the meter, and then we are going to jump over to the high pass filter. We're going to go ahead and turn the high pass filter on, and we're going to kind of bring it up probably somewhere between 100 and 130 depending on the particular acoustic guitar. And this just gets rid of some of the low rumble that we don't want in the acoustic guitar. It would be the frequency range that would be sent to the subwoofers. And so obviously we don't want our acoustic guitar going through the subs. So next I'm going to jump over to the plugin, the Waves CLA 2A plugin. And we're just going to slowly bring the peak reduction up, which is also the threshold. And we're going to get somewhere between 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction. And this kind of just nicely controls the acoustic guitar, but also thickens it up a little bit. It adds some nice low-mid warmth. Next thing, let's pop over to the EQ section. There's usually a pretty nasty mid-range frequency right around 1K that on almost every acoustic guitar I just get rid of first things first. I'm going to go ahead and boost it a little bit here, kind of give you an idea for what it sounds like. So as we sweep this frequency around a little bit, we can kind of hear the nastiness. And somewhere in there, let's get rid of that. So that's going to clean that up a little bit. We're going to use the next band of EQ to find kind of this mid-rangey, woofy, honky kind of thing. Kind of whistles a little bit, you can hear there. So we're going to go ahead and pull some of that out, maybe widen the Q a little bit. And let me again say that every acoustic guitar is different, every sound system is different. Every player is different, so this is just a great starting point for you to get a good acoustic guitar sound. So now that we've got some of that nasty mid-range stuff taken out of, let's go ahead and give it a little bit of clarity up top. So I'm just gonna nice wide Q, I'm gonna kind of sweep it around a little bit. So I don't really want this. You can kind of hear that's a little interesting. Nasty. I'm going to get up a little higher, gives some nice string definition on the acoustic guitar. And then there's still a little low rumbly going on in the acoustic guitar, so I'm going to take that low band, kind of sweep around for it. And it's somewhere in there. So we're going to take some of that out. Now, that low end frequency is probably pretty specific to this particular room. We're here in the theater at Grants Mill, and every room, like I said, is slightly different. This room has different resonant frequencies in it, and so we're just kind of helping that out in the acoustic guitar. All right, now that we've got the EQ pretty much set, let's pop back over to the plugin. And if you noticed, we're getting a little less gain reduction than we would have previously been getting. So, and that's because we've taken some frequencies out in the EQ process. So now we're going to jump over to, again, I'm using the insert mode on the console to control the on-screen plugin. And so I'm going to just bring the peak reduction knob up a little bit more till we're getting that somewhere around 5 dB of gain reduction. Again, it just kind of nicely makes that acoustic guitar tight and controlled. Next thing is I'm going to add a little acoustic guitar verb. We have it set up on aux 3 here, so the send to the acoustic guitar verb is set up on aux 3. This is with no acoustic guitar verb, and we're just going to slowly bring it up and see what it sounds like there. So it starts to add some depth and width to the acoustic guitar. You don't want too much or it'll start sounding kind of like fake and weird. Let me give you an example of what is too much. All right, obviously that's a little bit too much. So we want to back it down. We want just enough verb so that the instrument sounds natural, but it just gives it a little bit of space. It's a little less stale, or kind of cleans it up a little bit, gives it a little bit of smoothness. All right, now let's listen to it in the mix as a whole. All right, so I'm gonna now listen to it in the mix as a whole. I'm gonna push it up on top of the mix, and I'm just gonna kind of listen to it a little bit. So let's again kind of address some of these mid-range frequencies. See that one right there? That's really nasty. All right, now let's pop back over to that plugin, make sure that we're getting somewhere between 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction. All right, that's looking pretty good, sounding pretty good. Now let's just settle it into the mix. All right, so the acoustic guitar is settling nicely. I'm really wanting it to just add to the mix. It's not one of the major instruments in this particular song, but I do want it there just a little bit. I want it there to add some percussive, rhythmic texture to the song, and just helps give the song a little bit of energy. All right, let's just listen to it a little bit there. All right, guys, that's sounding pretty good to me. Hopefully this gives you a great rough starting point. Of course, like I said, every instrument and every room is going to be slightly different, but this should give you a good starting point to getting good acoustic guitar sound for your mix. Hope this helps you. Love you guys so much. Again, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you soon.